Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Dazja Jordan for those of you that are new, and for my returning kin folks, what's up? So you guys, in today's video, of course, we are getting down with this look right here, okay? And we are also going to be chit-chatting about a couple of tips on how to be single, what you need to do while you're in your single era or your season of singleness or whatever. And of course, I'm giving you guys all of my tips from a perspective of being a single mom. So if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also hit that little bell on the side so that you don't miss an upload from your girl. And before we get into it, please go right ahead and give this video a thumbs up because y'all know this is getting ready to be a lit tutorial, okay? So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So you guys, I definitely want to start off with the skin, and if you know, you know, your girl is gonna go in with the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. Y'all know this is my go-to, especially if this isn't your first time watching one of my tutorials. You already know this right here is bomb.com, okay? And I'm almost out, which this has lasted me like a good 2 months. I ain't even gonna cap, probably even more than that. So yeah, worth the money, worth the hype, worth all of that. So today I'm gonna go through 5 tips that I actually applied to my life, live by, okay? Live by. That helped me in my singlehood. And you know, I ain't even gonna cap y'all, I'm actually still single. By choice, by the way. The men's be coming, but your girl is still single by choice, okay? But that's because I'm still working my 5 steps, okay? So for foundation today, we are going to be using the NARS Soft Matte Foundation in the shade Medium Deep 3.3. Y'all know this is also my go-to foundation. I just feel like NARS is like that girl, but that's just me. That's just me. And then y'all know I like to go in with my Morphe setting and prep spray. This right here helps the makeup to last so much longer all day and to just have that flawless end result, okay? So yeah, of course I'm going to be going through all 5 of my tips. I'm going to break them down and all of that for you guys, but first I did want to kind of go over what being single actually is, okay? So for me, being single is really taking time to focus on yourself, your own personal growth, and just doing things that that you desire, that fulfill you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like when you're in a relationship, you don't just do things that are fun for you, you have to do things that are also fun for your partner, that are also fitting for your partner. I just feel like when you are single, you know, you have to take the time to just really focus on yourself. It really gives you the opportunity to, you know, enjoy your own company and really just vibe with yourself. So being single is not a bad thing at all. Don't let nobody tell you that it's bad. Don't, you know, be single and feel like, whoa, like this is such a bad thing, no one wants me. Nothing like that. This is just a time for you to reconnect with yourself and get to know yourself and, you know, give yourself what you need. Do things that you wouldn't be able to do if you had a partner, okay? So you guys, I typically go in with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Concealer, but today I'm actually going to be going in with my NARS Soft Matte Concealer, and this one is actually like in a jar versus in an actual bottle. So I was just going through my makeup, seen it, and I was like, oop, haven't used that in a while, let's go ahead and pull that out. And it's getting into fall and winter, so this is about my fall and winter color. Hopefully. I use it like underneath my eyebrows and I love it. So we are going to go ahead and we're going to use it for the underneath our eyes and to do the rest of our concealer on our face. So before we get into these 5 steps, or not steps, but tips, I definitely want to share with you guys what being single is like for me. First of all, y'all know I'm a single mom out here. So being single was a huge adjustment, I would say, because I went from having a family to now having to do life by myself with some kids. So it was really, you know, different for me. It was still a huge adjustment because, you know, my kids go from seeing their parents in the same household to obviously being, okay, this is mom's house, this is dad's house and stuff. And it happened at a young age. I mean, my kids were 2 and 3, or 3 and 4, one of the two, when their dad and I, you know, went our separate ways. It was a huge adjustment for sure, you know, going our separate ways and going into full-blown singlehood. But baby, we here, we did it. We going through it, and it's amazing. I think the best thing for me was dissolving that relationship, just for my own personal growth and for my own kids, just living in peace and stuff like that. But you know, y'all, we're not gonna get into all of that. We're gonna save that for another video because I do want to actually get in and be fully transparent with you guys about some of my relationship situationships type of things. You know, I just feel like we're family and we can open up about some of those things here, you know. But I will say though, you guys, whether or not you are single with kids or single without kids, these 5 tips that I'm going to give you, they work. Like I said, I actually applied them to my life and the way that I was living, and it has not been a regret. In fact, it actually has become a part of my lifestyle, and you know, has contributed a lot to my healing, and it's really preparing me to be in my next relationship and being, you know, like fully aware and just, you know, ready, you know, and not push people away, and you know, to just have a peaceful relationship. And it actually even helps like with co-parenting and all of that. Like, so everything that I'm getting ready to tell you, I promise you, you can take every tip to the grave with you. At least that's just my opinion. But you know, to each his own. Y'all can let me know in the comments down below what y'all think, and you know, go ahead and feel free to give me some other points and advice or whatever that I can even add to just these 5 tips. Now, the reason why I'm only giving y'all 5 tips is because I think that these 5 tips are literally like the top 5 tips. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, the first tip that I will have for you guys in your singlehood is, whether you're getting into a relationship or you're just getting out of a relationship, the best thing to do is figure out who you can be vulnerable with. Because when you're just getting out of a relationship, of course, like, you still have a lot of emotions that you need to, you know, deal with. And if you have been on my channel before, y'all know that I am a huge advocate for therapy. Okay, I feel like going to therapy has been amazing, and it has really been a gateway for cultivating new and healthier relationships with myself, and also with other people around me, my family members, like I said, co-parenting and stuff like that. So just having a outlet, someone that you can be completely vulnerable with, is literally like top of the list. I promise you it is. Going to therapy and being vulnerable really gave me the opportunity to see how resilient that I have been, like, throughout my life. You know, it started helping me to let down my guard and really, you know, just completely be myself, and obviously deal with trauma, because I'm not a trauma-free person. Of course, everyone goes through, you know, their stuff, and they have things that they just ultimately have to get into, deal with, and close that door, because you can't open up new chapters when you are still holding on to an old chapter and living in the past. You know what I'm saying? So going to therapy really helped, because I needed an outlet. I can't sit and talk to these kids about what's going on. Hey, you know, co-parenting is going like this, or hey, y'all help me make this decision or whatever. And I feel like going to therapy really even helped with my parenting style, because I did not want that to trickle down to how I parented my kids, you know, because growing up, I didn't get soft parenting. Okay, my mom had me at 16 years old, so I had I had to grow up with her. There was no being vulnerable, you know, because my mom wasn't taught that. She had to learn to be strong, learn to be a mom at such a young age. But I love my mom. I don't take anything, you know, from that. I'm so happy that I got to experience a life with her the way that I did, and that I'm still experiencing life with her as a grown woman. And I'm like, okay, mom, like, you did this, you did that, now I totally get it, or whatever, you know. So going to therapy really opened up that door, you know, for me. So going to someone that you can be vulnerable with, free of judgment, let your emotions out, and someone that would help you filter through your emotions rather than telling you to be tough. And you know, sometimes just hearing you got this isn't enough. Sometimes you need someone to actually guide you and help you filter through those emotions. Why am I feeling like this? How do I, you know, get to the root cause of it? And I feel like and you have a personal outlet and stuff like that, it's easier for you to go into a relationship being vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Not too vulnerable to where you are being deceived, but being vulnerable and having discernment, because those two things are very important, especially in a relationship. Because don't no man want to be with no woman that is super hard. Like, baby, open up to me. I don't want to beg you to have to open up and talk to me. Like, trust me, love me, you know. Let's be vulnerable with one another. Let's not necessarily dig deep, but I just feel like we can live a more peaceful we can have a more peaceful relationship if we learn each other emotionally, for sure, you know. And just real quick, you guys, I went in with my OS pink powder by Patrick Starr, and of course I used my sponge that I got off of Amazon, which I will link that in the description box down below in case you guys want to go and purchase these off Amazon. You get a whole bag of them. They are very cheap. Using one of these, honestly, it'll last me like a couple of weeks if I'm not like saturating it in a bunch of products and stuff. So I really use this just to really blend out my my powder, and it works. This is one of the top tier things for me. Okay, real quick, I'm going to go in with my NARS setting powder. Y'all, this right here is one of my go-tos. I actually been low-key skipping this step when it comes to my makeup, but I think I'm gonna get back into it just because it is very effective. Y'all see how it's all like super pink and, you know, looking very dull. We're gonna go ahead and switch that up. We're gonna add a little color before we add some bronzer to add some more color. You feel me? Oh, you guys, and this is the shade Sunstone. Now, what I do want to say though is that therapy might not be for everybody, but it definitely works if you are someone that hasn't tried it or want to get back into it. You guys know, like I said, I'm a huge advocate for therapy, but if you decide you don't want to go to therapy, having a outlet, having, you know, a good support system, someone that you can talk to that is free of judgment, that's going to help you filter through your emotions, is a good thing. Now, before we get into tip number 2, I want to let you guys know that we're about to go in with our Fenty Beauty bronzer in the shade Coco Naughty. Y'all, this is literally my go-to bronzer each and every time. Like, if the bronzer is not like Fenty Beauty Coco Naughty, I don't even pick it up. This right here is the best thing that ever hit the makeup shelves. No cap. But tip number 2, I would say, is taking advantage of your time. When you are single, baby, take advantage of your time being single. And I say that because, of course, I am a mom, so being single doesn't bother me. But being single and having some kids still doesn't bother me. But not having time for myself bothers me. So when my kids are at school or with their dad in Texas, I really try to take advantage and make the most out of my time, because when I have them, it's mom mode completely. Whatever these kids need, it's like I'm a made mom around here. They got it, you know, like they my kids are so young that they just can't do a whole lot for themselves, so they really rely on me. But I always say, "Ooh, if I didn't have these kids, like, baby, do you not know, like, I would be able to get a good nap in without having to sleep with one eye open. I would be able to do this, that, and the other." So my biggest regret before even jumping into the relationship with their dad was not taking advantage of the time that I had with just myself, just having to worry about me, you know, not spend money on anybody but myself. So when I do get time for myself, and unfortunately that's when my kids are at school, I try to you know, take myself out on a little lunch day. I might figure out like a little pottery class or something, a little art class, a little sip and paint that I can do during the day or something like that, just to really just take advantage of my time doing stuff that I wouldn't be able to do when I have the kids. You know, I might even, like, I'm real big on taking myself to the movies. I will go to the movies, a day movie in a heartbeat, you know, because one is a little bit cheaper to do a whole matinee, but it's just nice to just be able to do stuff for yourself, really focusing on myself, my health, what I need. And you know, most of the time when you're a mom, it might be some relaxation. And one thing that I did have to learn, especially like being a single mom, is getting these kids on a routine. Okay, listen, on a Saturday or on a Friday night, we didn't spend the whole week getting into routines, doing homework, you know, going to school things. So come Friday, ain't no staying up all night in this house. Bedtime is still 8 o'clock, because at 8:30 I'm pouring my wine and you should be asleep. Okay, and that's another thing that I do to just spend time with myself. I spend my time, you know, at night after I have done everything that I needed for my kids and for my house. I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna have me some wine, okay, and I'm gonna relax, because that's how I like to spend my time, relaxing. So, you know, when you single, with or without kids, take advantage of your time, take advantage of the quietness, take advantage of the peace, okay? Because just thinking about it, getting into a relationship, you think you putting kids to sleep and you're relaxing, and you gotta turn, you gotta look at somebody else like, oh, babe, it's you. It's gonna be over. Like, love you, but especially, you know, like if your partner's love language is spending time, then you really kind of gotta get the moments to yourself, by yourself, when you can. And that's not always sitting on the toilet. Because me, I know if you a mom, I know you know. If you a mom, I know you run and sit on the toilet, and just for a little bit of peace. Just for a little bit of peace. And then sometimes you might even have someone knocking at the door, sticking their fingers on the door. But anyways, that's beyond the point. We fighting for our time over here. Fighting for our time. Okay, you guys, so before we finish up the face, we are going to go in with this Juvia's Place palette, and this is the Afrique. Is that what it's called? Yeah, Afrique palette, eyeshadow palette, and we're only going to be using about 2 colors in this palette. The first color that we are going to be going in with is the shade Angelique. You guys, I rarely put color on my eyes, at least these days I have really been doing it, but today is a different type of day, so we're going to go in with eyeshadow and stuff like that. So I'm excited, and I got to get a little closer. But you guys, the third tip that I will have for y'all in being single would be to take this time to establish a relationship with yourself and also with God, okay? And I say that because you can't expect for someone to have a relationship with you if you don't have a relationship with you. And you can't expect to get a God-fearing man or woman, whatever your preference is, if you don't have a relationship that's God-fearing, and that's with God, you know, like it's not gonna work. So you have to establish a relationship with yourself and with God, so that it sets the tone and the foundation for any other relationship that you'll be having. And we will dig into that in another video, just because I do have a lot to say on that. But I feel like once you, like I just said, establish a relationship with yourself, it sets the tone for all of your other relationships. I promise you, when you treat yourself good, when you love on yourself, you don't allow anybody else to come and treat you crazy. You know, if you're not talking to yourself in a negative way or in a negative light, you know, you're not going to allow anybody else to do it, you know? So I will say that this is something that is a current thing in my life, because I'm on the, if I don't like what you're saying, how you saying it, I'm not gonna have no conversation with you. Once you've shown me like truly like who you are, I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna go silent. I'm gonna take my presence away. And I don't mean presence like as in gifts. I mean presence like in who I am, my physical. You don't get any access to me if you don't know how to talk to me or treat me, you know? And it's been working for me in all of my relationships, especially the co-parenting relationship. We just gonna put that out there, okay? If you don't know how to talk to me, if you don't know how to treat me, then I'ma holler at you. And maybe later on you can see your mistakes and learn, okay, hold on, this person's not gonna stand for this. This person respects themselves enough to not allow me to come and be crazy in their life. Once you get that, once you understand that, I promise you life gets better, because I just never understand, if I'm not treating myself ill, why would I allow someone else to treat me ill? If God's not treating me ill, if God is not, you know, talking to me crazy and stuff like that, why would I allow some humans to do that? It don't make no sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. So for any relationship, you gotta start with the one with yourself. You got to start that foundation with yourself. Make people check themselves before they get to you, baby. Okay, you guys, the next shade that we're going to go in with is the shade Kizzy, and we are going to pop that right into our crease line and also go on the outer corner of our lids just a little bit, just to add some definition and to make sure everything is blended out very, very well, okay? And while we apply this, we're going to go ahead and get into our fourth tip, and that is going to be to figure out how to connect back to yourself, you know? And what I mean by that is connecting back to your mind, your body, and your soul. And if you're actually doing these tips that I'm giving you in order, you will find yourself getting back to who you are and connecting back to yourself via mind, body, and soul. Okay, now let's go ahead and dig a little deeper. I do feel like I touched on the mind part when I said being vulnerable, going to therapy, finding someone that you can be yourself around. That is how you take care of your mind. Now, what I will say is connecting back to your body. First, you have to take a good look in the mirror, right? And say, okay, this is me. This is who I am. This is the current place that I'm in. You know what I'm saying? This is my condition. This is what my body looks like. This is what, you know, my hair looks like. This is me. All of this is me. I'm looking at me, right? And from there, you can decide what you want to change. You know, so I wanted to make a change with my body that was going to become a part of my lifestyle. So I got a gym membership, okay? I accepted my body for what it was, and then I said, you know what? These are the things that I want to enhance. So I decided to push my pride to the side, didn't care how I looked in the gym, and I decided to go and get a gym membership. Now, of course, with me being a mom, I gave myself the excuse of, oh, I have kids, I can't go to the gym, I've got to, you know, work on their time. No, baby. I got a gym membership where they also had a daycare in the gym, which really helped me out because, for one, it gave me some extra time to myself, you know? Having someone while I'm doing me, watching my kids, baby, that was top tier for me. Kids is taken care of. I ain't gotta hear nobody. I can put my headphones on. I could really get into my zone, get into my body, get into just everything about me, so I can just start taking care of myself and my health. And from there, it really started to show. I want to say almost instantly, low key. And it was like, okay, girl, figure yourself out. Get out here, do what you gotta do. And plus, I kind of went to the gym with the mindset of the best revenge is the body, you know, because I don't know, men be wanting women to look crazy and to look like, oh, we miss them, and absolutely not. We're not doing that. The best thing that you can do is show a nigga what he lost. All right, baby, you won't find me how you left me. But not only did I want to feel good mentally, I also wanted to feel good, you know, with my body, and going to the gym really helped with that. So now that we got the mind and the body aspect out the way, I figured the last thing that I needed to do was work on the spiritual aspect of things. And when I say, you know, spiritual, I also mean, you know, your soul, just connecting back to God, really. So I really just dug deep into my Bible, and I also started reading, you know, more books that helped stimulate, you know, my mind and things like that, because there is no one that hasn't already been through what you have been through. You are just finding a different way that works for you to get through what you've been going through, you know. So while you are single, taking the time to focus on your mind, your body, and your soul, reading your Bible, building that relationship with God so that it is airtight, baby. Because when I tell you, the first thing the devil attacks is relationships. The first thing that he does is bring people to deceive you. It be people that are supposed to love you, people that are supposed to cherish you, your partners, you know. I'm not saying any of my partners have been deceiving or anything like that, because really we just are not together because we bump heads a lot, but it is what it is on that. But reading and keeping your head in that Bible and reading books by like Sarah Jake Roberts and Tabitha Brown, is it Tabitha? Not Tabitha, and Tabitha Brown, and just really diving deep into women that are like you know, and that have made it through, really has helped. And there's no better time to dive deep into that stuff than while you are single, you know. Waking up in the morning, getting your Bible, doing a devotional, spending that time, that quality time with God. You know, once you start setting the tone and doing stuff for yourself in that type of manner, when you get into a relationship, hubby or boyfriend or boo thing or whatever, the only thing that he can do is just fall into those roles, those routines, those patterns that you have already set. And if he's a man of God, he's probably already doing some of those same things, because these tips that I'm giving you, baby, they are gold. Like I said, we're taking them to the grave, and we are doing them, okay? Because it is a gateway. It is a gateway for the way of life, if I'm being completely honest with y'all. And I know y'all see me go in with this orange right here, and it's because that lighter color was not doing it for me, and I just needed something. I'm putting on eyeshadow, but I'm not seeing eyeshadow. Like, let's do what we came to do. So I'm going in with the shade Cameroon. I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's one of those two words. And we are just kind of like just popping that onto the outer lid, and also really just dragging that color and bringing it into the crease line as well, because that other color really was not doing it for me, and I don't like that, because it got me feeling like I was wasting time. But whatever. And then I'm also going to take some of this color, and I'm just going to pop it underneath my eye. Now, before we get into the 5th tip on how to be single, I am going to go in and I'm going to add some black eyeliner. I am going to do a quick little winged eyeliner, but I can't talk and do eyeliner at the same time, because then I'll have eyeliner all over my lid, and we don't need that. So you guys give me just 1 second to go ahead and apply this eyeliner, and then we will jump right into the 5th tip, okay, you guys. So the 5th and last tip that I have for you on how to be single is to always make sure that you are prioritizing yourself, okay? How can you expect to be in a relationship or have a relationship with others when you don't put yourself first? And I know, being a mom, you're like, yo, you always got to put somebody else first. Yes, and I always grew up putting other people first. But when I went into my season of being single, I was like, wait a minute. I'm sitting here asking somebody else to put me first and to love on me, and I'm not even doing those things for myself. So I had to take a step back and prioritize myself, meaning taking myself out on solo dates. I can't ask nobody else to date me. If I'm not out here dating me, like, why would I wait on a man or somebody else to do these things for me when I can be out already setting the mode, setting the foundation? Baby, if I'm in a relationship and he don't want to go out on a Friday night, go out to dinner or whatever, if you don't want to have date night, baby, forget it. I'll date myself. You know, and that's the kind of mindset that you have to be in. If you don't have nobody that want to travel with you, so what? Book that flight. Pack them bags. Take that solo trip. You know what I'm saying? It's just all about how you prioritize yourself. And, you know, even if you don't have the means to take yourself out on dates or to do whatever, what I'm doing right now, doing my makeup, sitting here talking to you guys, this is me prioritizing myself, doing what I want to do for myself. I love makeup, so why would I not sit down and enjoy and do my makeup and turn on my music and just take that time for myself? I even teach my kids, hey, when I'm in here doing my makeup, I'm taking some time for myself. I done got you ready. I done gave you breakfast. I done gave you everything that you needed. Now I need you to relax while I take some time to prioritize myself and give myself what I need. You know what I'm saying? And just so y'all know, I went in with the Sephora golden hour highlighter in the shade High Noon. Y'all know this is my go-to highlighter, and it's really because I haven't found anything different that I just completely have been in love with. But pretty soon I'm gonna have to find something different because we are hitting pan on this one. And now I'm gonna jump right into the Sephora Tiger Lily Duo Blush. And y'all know I like to use both of those colors, go right in between. And then we are just going to pop those to the apples of our cheeks. Not too much, this is very pigmented, so it's gonna give me what I need right away. So go easy and just, you know, gently tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. But like I was saying, and you know, the reason why I brought up the point of doing makeup and prioritizing myself when it comes to doing my makeup is because I think everybody in one way or another has been triggered by season 5 of Love is Blind, especially when old dude told old girl, y'all, I don't remember names like that, so I'm gonna say when old dude told old girl that he didn't want her to wear makeup. Or what? Baby, that is how she prioritizes herself. That's something that she likes to do for herself. So how you gonna tell her you don't want her to wear makeup and then you're gonna try to switch it up? Oh, I just like you better without makeup. Whatever. If you like me better without makeup, I guess you better wake up when I wake up in the morning so that you can see me before I go and put on my makeup. And then I guess you better be home at night so that you can see me when I take my makeup off. Like, what? Don't, okay? Ladies, prioritize yourself, your hair, your nails, your makeup, the way you look, the way you dress, the way you walk, the way you talk. It's for you. It's not for anybody else. We do this stuff for ourselves. And if you ever find yourself doing it for somebody else, then baby, you are doing it for the wrong reasons, okay? The wrong reasons. One thing a man likes, one thing I like, is taking care of myself. And you know, you want your man to take care of himself, prioritize himself. Baby, go get that haircut. Baby, go, you know, get yourself a new outfit every now and again. You know, do what you gotta do for yourself. Prioritize yourself, okay? That's just really the point. All right, you guys, and the lipstick that I'm going in with is the MAC Cosmetics lipstick in the shade Bronx. Y'all know this is one of the best nude. I just think that MAC has some of the best lipsticks ever. Long lasting and just cute. And then because I can, I'm just gonna go in with some of that Fenty, what is this? Sweet Mouth. And I'm just gonna add some of that on top just for a little bit of shine, okay? And y'all, this is the look. Let's go ahead and sum it up with some of this setting sprays just so the face stays all day, okay? Woo, thebomb.com. Okay, you guys, so this is the look. I didn't do anything to my hair. Yesterday I did put product on it and then I tied it up, and then this is just kind of how it looked after I took my scarf off and things like that. Y'all know this unit right here is from Uni's Hair. This is my throw on and go, my glueless lace wig. Y'all really love this unit, so if you haven't, go ahead and hit the link in my in the description box so that you can purchase you one of these wigs, because when I'm telling you, it is a bomb.com. The quality of hair, the quality of lace, everything, and it comes already ready for you to just throw on and go. But anyways, that's besides the point. Let me stop with promo right there because that was not sponsored. I'm just telling y'all to go and get something that is just amazing, okay? Period. But anyways, you guys, this right here is the makeup look, okay? But anyways, you guys, I want to thank you so much for stopping by my channel, hanging out with me, watching this video. Hopefully you guys grabbed your makeup brush and stuff like that and sat down and did a little 1-2 on your face, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, but anyways, if you guys haven't, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, also that little bell on the side, and if you guys can, please give this video a thumbs up. Again, I really appreciate you guys for stopping by, hanging out with me. Please leave your thoughts and your comments in the comment box down below, and I will see y'all in my next video. So until then, may peace and love be multiplied, and I'll see y'all. Like that, you know, but I'm the one that ease your pain. I know.